Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason and welcome to the very unplanned hungover podcast for son-in-law. This is an audio podcast. I am pressing play on 3, 2, 1, boop, gone. Right, okay, so last night didn't go to plan. I was so tired. In fact, last night I did Paulie Shaw's The Good, The Bad. Not the Paulie Shaw's The Good, The Bad. The IMDb rants of Paulie Shaw. Big fan of him from back in the day. Follow him. Have spoken once before. The reason why I'm doing son-in-law is I've got these massive American posters in the editing room. If you've never seen the Arcadia 2, that's its name at the moment, working title is 5. And it's Trespass. I did the podcast for that a very long time ago. Hard Rain did that back into last year along with Jack and Carl. Pray the Roll Boys, an old podcast. Demolition Man's the next one. And the last one, the one you see when you walk in the door every time, is Son-in-Law. So, always had a love for this film. Had this DVD for a very long time. I remember renting it, obviously coming off the back end of California Man or Encino Man, and obviously a massive fan of Biodome, so it's kind of the one in the middle around the time of Son-in-Law, class of 93, in the army now. Just seemed to be quite cool. So yeah, I should have a bit of a rant about this. I seen this last year as well. As I say, it's just, I think it's got a heart of gold, this movie, like, it's well made. Again, it's sort of like a good support, again pushing up Paulie Shaw's at the height of popularity. I think that's Lane Smith there, he's great. I think that's quite good actually, yeah, Cynthia Prickett. I love the kid in this, he's mint, he's so funny, he's in Born Bad, Mason Adams. That's not the kid's name. Mason Adams is the old guy. That's him there, Patrick Renner maybe? It's a sleeping guy there. If anyone's listening to this is the one I've done, and we did Back to the Future yesterday with the guys. And then, honestly, right, I did Mind Ripper the day before with Ski Patrol. And guess what? Literally, guess what? The guy from Mind Ripper was in Twin Peaks last night and he plays Jeffrey. Can you fucking believe that? So yeah, as I say, this is something like we do. To me in school it wasn't a common thing, going away and all that kinds of shit and jazz. It's more of a thing now. There's a lot more courses and stuff and like support available. But this is, to me at the time, Americana thing was just fucking unheard of over here. Like you would go away and stuff like that. I'm going for the orange font with a white shadow, which doesn't look great on DVD. Great family photo of that. As I say, I think they all do a great. Again, yeah, it's that American sweetheart going away, welcome to California. Wow, there's a picture of Mel Gibson and Forever Young slapped to the wall at the top there. How interesting is that? It's really funny because that's the same year. Like, I'm just being added. That's another film that you used to see loads of trailers for. Mel Gibson, Forever Young, just disappeared. The lass in it appeared in Justified. For I think 1, maybe 2 episodes. She's going to be called Carla Gugino. Yeah, he appeared in Justified. I was getting away from somewhere. And then of course I've got the massive fucking poster. The poster in the UK to the DVD to the poster are different. So on DVD, as my hangover really kicks me in the face here. It's Paulie Shaw standing holding a duck next to her with bleach blonde hair and a surfboard, and then loads of like 90s like tie-dye, and then on the big poster it's Paulie Shaw dressed as like an Amish guy, and it's very clever, the poster actually, because Son-in-law's in bright cosmic orange, got the family behind them in the sky, but if you look really closely she looks like she's wearing an Amish outfit, but you can actually see through it and you can see all like the leopard print bras and stuff like that. So the American poster is mint. I actually found a copy of this on American VHS in Motueka, New Zealand last year as well, and that's one of the only VHSs I actually brought back with us. Had to sellotape it up, was haggard and bagged. But again, just found it. So again, how Warrants is doing a podcast. There's the sex pest in the barn, that old cliche. We've seen that in Watchers, we've seen that in Critters. You know, run off to the barn, hide in the barn. Sexy in the barn, build a fort. I mean, meant if you had a barn to build a fort in as a kid. So yeah. again, massive drive across country to drop them off. You know what I mean? I've seen that one in somewhere else recently. It might be this, but yeah, the little kid, he was in the X-Files. He's the kid with the fucking he's a vampire. He's little grown green eyes. He's brilliant. I would have thought. I mean, he hasn't aged. He's aged timelessly. I think the last thing I seen him in was Lava Lunch. I mean, look at that. There's a little room you've got up there. What a fucking little hobby home that is. The horse. It's a fatality. A good old family home. But no, he's in Sandlot Kids and this, and he's a big green. He's continued on working, but I love that transition from country roads to like crazy fucking traffic jams and shit, man. Right, you might hear a bit of audio of me here because I need to set Back to the Future 2 away. We did that podcast yesterday. Again, 90s American high school. There's a lot of films from that time, like Seduce Me. He's dead funny. Again, it's that small like country life to fucking welcome to fucking crazy town. Packing the fucking. Again, it's bold because like one of the first things that happens is this girl kissing girl, and again, it's quite new at the time. I mean, everyone there in that background is just looking, hey, you're going to be in a movie, we're filming a movie here, do you want to be in the background? Just that's... There's too many people who look like they were doing something else far to be extras in that movie, like fucking crazy corridor. God damn. Yeah. Right, what we're doing here. Yeah, the dorms. I love that, just fucking hiding them. Doesn't advise a crawl. Great cast as family. You get a chance to hear me speaking in a minute. Going through next door's fucking underwear, man. Fuck me, man. Another film I looked at the other day and I've got a VHS and I nearly watched it, Higher Learning. It's a fucking brutal film because again it's that whole home away from home kind of dorm thing, but it's like it's a fucking nightmare compared to this. Californication. I like California. I would like to go in the summer. Oh, it's 2 o'clock last night. I did the podcast with the lads. I filmed a fucking load of shit. And like I got about 2 o'clock and I just couldn't fucking get there. I was running on empty. This thing here, he's got the fucking, this is a big thing in the 90s. The fucking moon boots or whatever you want to call them. Fucking Bruce Wayne has them for some reason. Who killed JFK. Keep the CRCF drugs, social distortion, crawl. Look at that fucking menu screen, man. I would love a fucking hammock. Hey, and there he is. Like what made Pauly Shore at that time was his hair. I mean, he chopped it off in the army. And like one of the films I love about Pauly Shore is Dead, because like, you know, it's well documented in that he grew up with his family. How his mum owned the Comedy Strip, which is one of the biggest night spots in LA, beating of that. It was a massive starting for a lot of things, and he was brought up by a lot of great, like babysat by some of the all-time comedy greats. So it's not about the connections and stuff like that. He would naturally be, he's naturally funny. I think Pauly Shore is naturally funny, and you know, he channels a lot of great old school humour in his own thing, and the Weasel character was a big MTV sensation, and that's what warranted him going in that. But he actually says he struggles, you know, with that transition once the Weasel was dead and stuff. And you know, I was doing the whole IMDb rants last night, and I was like, hang on, I'm sure Pauly Shore was credited of being in the Bogus Witch project when they were all fucking scared of street cans and shit, and it wasn't on IMDb. And I was just like, so like after Biodome, he sort of really fell off the radar. I know he even worked with Disney with the Goofy movie and stuff like that, but he kind of like literally fell like Biodome as a kid to me was like, I don't know how many times I fucking bought that in VHS because Raoul and Payson would just lend it and not give it back, and it was a kind of like stoner fun movie. And I know now you see the Biodome location used in multiple films like Stormtrooper and shit like that, but like it was just great. Like, but again, Stephen Baldwin, you know, Born Again Christian, you know, he sort of like, he had Usual Suspects, and he was like, they just seemed to hit Biodome, and both of them, like literally both of them, just didn't seem to. Stephen Baldwin had a couple of like fled and stuff after that, but they've all seemed to transition in a low budget. But Pauly Shore seems to be missing from the spotlight for a while. Look at that. But yeah, just transition. I mean, going through his IMDb, there was films I haven't even heard of. There's films I want to see, like Adopted, and his other ones. And he's really funny to follow on Instagram. I think the last time I actually posted, I was watching this Pauly Shore commenting on it, which was pretty cool. And he was going to sign me poster until lockdown happened. Well, that's probably still going to happen, like, but show me love for it. Right, I'm saving something. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, this is an unplanned podcast because I was probably expecting to hang a bit more this morning, but I'm not. I'm actually quite up alright. But the meetings, I think they work well as chemistry. She's great. As I say, I haven't seen her in enough. I think the transition's well. I mean, she's obviously lopped her hair for this. Hitting the fucking. Because he plays Stoney in Casino Man or California Man. I don't remember in the army now. Like Jury Duty, I've got Jury Duty on big box VHS. And like even that was quite like rare. I fucking paid it. People across the way have had he's a fucking sex fest, isn't he? God, I can't remember going to school and like I remember first year school was like there's your classroom for the whole year, like again, can't get lost. And then you go into senior school and you got that transition between like getting to know your friends and all that kind of stuff and all that. I moved as well when I went, well I moved twice. So I moved from the Castleside area to the Grove, which sort of like in the school transition between my friends, you know what I mean, because Castleside's a long way. I went a massive way, but as a kid when you just got to walk it is quite a way. But then I even potentially was looking at schools in Motueka. Very unsure what like, I mean I missed, I would say 3 or 4 months of my 4th year of school because I was in New Zealand. It's a pretty cool, looks like a fucking pimpy elf. That's a mint outfit. I would totally wear a hat like that. I'd probably have hats like that. Is this dragging somebody? That's definitely a man. Straight the Halloween back. Right, so we get a crazy ass cameo here, and it is Brendan Fraser. It's like, I know, like, here you go. He's Link. I mean, everyone's just seen Encino Man, and there's Link, and it's just a mint. I mean, he could essentially be Stoney. They could have called him that, but like, it's just that great. Then again, eating the frog. It's just fucking class, and I know it happens again in the army now, but I don't remember it. But they're there. I love that. I absolutely love that little tongue in cheek. Fucking Easter eggs and cameos. Fuck me! The Indian there, Jesus, that's him from Fargo? No fucking way. I need to have a look at this. Fargo, the TV show. I'm sure that's the Indian. I can't even spell fucking Fargo this morning. Jesus Christ, man. Fargo, the TV series. Let's have a look. See if I'm right. I believe that was... I need to finish watching Fargo. Chris Rock's in it. Ted Danson. I see. Fargo just seemed to have stopped. He's in the first series. Where is he? I have to go into all episodes, aren't I? He's definitely in the first couple. Because they're up to season 4 now, aren't they? Someone told me it had been cancelled. I'm going to have to finish that. Oh yes, because Timothy Olyphant comes in with. Yeah, need to finish Fargo. Adam Goldberg. And that's not Adam Goldberg. Or is it Adam Goldberg? An actor with a talent for minor numerous acting roles, comic, dramatic effects, filmmaker, adapted. Physical question: how the human experience Adam Goldberg's position or talent? I don't know. Is he going to do the Goldbergs? Adam Goldberg is also appeared on the big screen. Goldberg. I don't think it is Adam Goldberg. It is Adam Goldberg as in Adam Goldberg, but I'm talking about the Goldbergs. Let's have a look if it's him. Ed TV. That message there from Paul Ray. So need to be in 93. So he's in higher learning. Yep, son-in-law, Indian. To fuck me, and he's fucking proper painted up as well. So yeah, there's a spot fair. Paul Ray's the sentence that Dawn of the Dead is up for pre-order. Okay, Paul Ray. Dun 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 dun. Biodome's been on the cards for a while to do with Paul Ray, but obviously we're everyone in lockdown at the minute. It's like every 2 days I do one with the lads. We've been putting off Waterworld. We've done Back to the Future yesterday, and we're going to do Back to the Future 3 tomorrow. Paulie Shaw drag. Right, here comes the audio I was talking about. It's going to come. You're going to hear me talk.
Hello, everyone.
There you go, that's all you're going to hear us. There you go, takes out dressing. Gets her pimped. I love his like... He's like a 90s hippie, isn't he? I didn't give a fuck what I wore as a kid. I was never ever cared about. I mean, that dress looks class. I'm sure it's got music going on here. What I like. Aye, 90s montage. Fucking hell, Indian Street. Is it what I like to you, baby? I never went down Venice Beach. I really wish I had. I never got down. It wasn't as sunny as that when I was in LA for a bit. Jesus. I don't know why I didn't go out there, Venice Beach. What a bit logical stop. We know it never happened. Have a nice day. I mean, imagine that tattooed on your fucking head. Oh, it's is it Chili Peppers? No, it's not. It is, isn't it? It's gonna be fucking weird. It is? That is really weird. I need to double check. That is him from the Chili Peppers because he was in fucking Back to the Future 2 last night. Look at that, going all creepy eyes. Let's have a look. I stick it. See who it is. And Patrick Renner, he just hasn't fucking aged. He looks fucking good for his age. It's like, let's see. There you go. And Adam Goldberg, Indian. Would have thought he would have had a oh yeah, Flea, tattoo artist, Flea, uncredited. Brendan Fraser, uncredited. And the Lindemann. Flea, obviously he was in Back to the Future last night as well. You pick it, I stick it. That's pretty cool, that like. The binocular effect. Fucking mullet. Fucking mud wrestling. Like, get in. Gets fucking owned as well, doesn't he? Oh, that hurt around, man. I'd be like, this is well, the whole Pauly Shore is dead. I don't think Brendan Fraser's in it. I'll have to retrack. That guy there looks like the fucking devil guy from. I wouldn't surprise if it is the fucking devil guy from Tenacious D and Jack Black. Yeah, it's Thumper, isn't it? He gets taken on by the Thumper. Right. It's dead funny until, oh, it's not. Better run away from her. A full-on takedown. Right. She's not really putting much hurt on him, like, but it's enough. So have a look at the. So Pauly Shore is dead. Well, he gets pinned to the 1, 2, 3. The fucking cast list of this, in no particular order, but it might be in alphabetical. Camilla Bacon, Pamela Anderson, Ashley G. Anderson, AJ Benza, Susan Bergen, Be Real, Todd Bridges, W. Earl Brown, Julia Fox, Dennis Buckley, who's in this. He's the celebrity judge. Dennis Buckley plays like a bit of the henchman coming up. I'm only going for the ones who've actually got pictures. Jacqueline Dem, Carlson Daly, Ellen DeGeneres, Jewel DeVille, Dusty Diamond, Andy Dick, who's in look at that. PG, Steven Tyler PGs. Andy Dick, who's in the army now. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre's in it. Rick Dukeman's in it. Jerry Dunn, Fred Durst, Perry Feldman, Corey Feldman, Nick Frost, Carlos Gomez, Kirsty Harold, Paris Hilton, Clint Howard, Kento Kali, I'm butchered that name, Craig Kilborn, Kelly Carton, Bobby Lee, Tommy Lee, as in Tommy Lee with Pamela Anderson, Mario Lopez, Michael Madsen, Bill Murner, Mark Gareth, who's the singer of not Sugar called Sugar, you know what I mean. Jason Mewes is in it. Taylor Megan, Pat O'Connell, Sean Penn's in it. Matt Pinfield. Honestly, it's fucking metal. Chris Rock, Ja Rule, Adam Sandler, Tommy Chong, Charlie Sheen, Tom Sizemore, Pauly Shore's in fucking hell. Pauly Shore, he's on fucking movies all the way down there. She's like, what up, buddy? Britney Spears is in it. Jerry Springer's in it. Carrot Top, Vern, Vince Vaughn, Amy Weather, Steve Carell, fucking hell, man. Whoopi Goldberg, Heather Elizabeth Parklust, Wes Borland as himself, Charles Fletcher, obviously the guy of Also Rabbit, Isaac Hansen, Zach Hansen, Taylor Hansen, so I'm guessing fucking Hansen's in it as well, Dexter Holland, Aaron Lewis, obviously from Stained, Dexter Holland from fucking Stained as themselves, Ben Stiller. So you got all them, and Brendan Fraser isn't in it. It's like talking about Brendan Fraser and Adam Sandler, like, just seem to not be in any of his movies. Man. Wild. Look at that truck, man. Look at them roads. Back to the house. I've just finished Justified, like, so this, it's got that kind of, vibe. There with the camera. Dun, 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 dun. Again, it's a whole, like, you often see it in movies where they're all like, right, we're going to go away, and it's like high school and the prom, you're going to go away to college, and it's like the long distance relationship, and this is like one of them stories. What happens like when they come back, it's like, again, that's great, but what happens if they bring someone back? Yeah, I love it, crap, crawl. He's a fucking brilliant actor, like. The well cast, the parents, the whole family is, even the ex-boyfriend or the boyfriend or the antagonist, he's just total jock. Fucking chicken, chasing the chickens. It's a very unorthodox that thing as well, because like they've put this box around it and it's just got an eye on it flashing. So you don't get the full screen even on a DVD. Levy doesn't realise there's a fucking bull there. He sees it. Dun dun dun. A big guy, like. A lot of my school friends from first school, like junior school, primary school, were all like farmers. I had a friend called Kevin who unfortunately took his own life, and he like he always used to sing "While We Waiting, We Are Suffocating." He's always impatient, Kevin, and he's dead funny, and he lived right up, like, I remember, like, I went across to his a few times, his mates kind of thing, and, like, he just lived well out there. I remember, like, Christ, it must take him ages to get to school. It was, like, the nearest one. He lived right out in the sticks, but there was a few other little families and all that were, like, the farm kind of families around, like, but, yeah, I didn't see Kevin after, primary school. I remember seeing him once in the nightclub, and it was, like, kind of like, is that Kevin? And then, unfortunately, like yours, I wish I had spoken to Kevin then, because unfortunately, not long after that, he was found dead, bless him. I've just realised all them fucking little pin things he's got on him. Jesus. Chewing tobacco like minging. Fucking cast is really good. I'm sure I've seen her in some as well. Have a look. Guest House is his new film coming out. Wow, Carla Gugino looks amazing on IMDb. Jesus, she's in like Watchmen and American Gangster, Los Angeles, American Horton. Oh, she's done really well for herself, like, isn't she? She's the ship voice of Batman and Robin. There again, there's a film there I've never even fucking heard of. Blink. Jack Black, Tim Roberts. So, who was the woman? The mother. She's got quite a... Oh, well, she's the fucking mother in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There you go, straight away. Just seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off the other day. In fact, the steelbook rocking around downstairs for a while, so I eventually opened it and there you go. So, while I'm on IMDb, let's have a look at the trivia. He's a relative nightmare. So, right, okay, so on the trivia, cameo Brendan Fraser is the Link from California Man. Kroll sees Link at the party, dressed as he appeared in the last scene from the movie, says great costume. Link eats a plastic frog, walks away as Kroll tries to figure out where he knows him from, says nah, implying that Link and Kroll have met before. Cameo from Flea, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, we've just seen that there. Again, obviously, Flea was popping up in quite a few things. Early in the film, Kroll sings about Hungry Man, TV dinner is about to eat. Mason Adams, who plays the grandfather, was the voice announcer at the time the film was released. Kroll was originally named Snake in the first draft of the script. I mean, Ashley Judd auditioned for the role of Rebecca. Rebecca already had a butterfly tattoo prior to filming. Travis was originally named Chad, that he changed. The original settings of the draft, the script was Fargo, North Dakota. So, poster of Billy Ray Cyrus from his debut 1992 album, Some Give It All, can be seen on Rebecca's wall in a room. So can fucking Mel Gibson's face from Forever Young. Lane Smith and Mr. Adams had also worked together in Murder, She Wrote in 1984 and The Search for Peter Kelly. So there's a lot on there. So while we're talking about that, let's go to In the Army now, and it might give us a bit of a insight on Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser cameos as Link from California Man during the dinner scene in the tent with the Special Forces guys. So yeah, I think Brendan Fraser was great as California Man. I was a hacker. I could never get into hacking and stuff. I had to fucking check my fucking computer to bits the other week and fucking, oh man, it's the corn, like, I just couldn't do it. I was like, none of that like at school at all. Like floppy disk, who's got a floppy disk of asteroids and play? Like, that's the only computer I got. I always remember, like, at school I had all these fucking computers and you just weren't allowed to use them. Or like fucking red books, like really old books like Shakespeare and stuff like that, or like, you know what I mean. It was just like, well, get to the time. I was in school at the wrong time, I think. Like a time of like transition between technology and like old teachers just burning out. I like, couldn't even study music at my secondary school because the fucking teacher just disappeared. The room was where for years. He was dead. Like he was dead, and like, all right, is he dead? Are we doing music? So like, I remember like wanting to take music because I do have an interest. I mean, I can't play a fucking key, and I'm tone deaf. I don't give a fuck. But he's got a Green Lantern poster on the wall. That's quite good. TC. Einstein days. But it was the same. Like there was just not a lot availability. It was the same when I was going to go to like college to study filming and stuff. They were like, well, there's not a lot around here unless you want to go down to Manchester and stuff. I remember the guy being a proper punt, like, and he was like, well, since you're well travelled, you should really go into travel and tourism. I was like, what the fuck would I want to go into travel and tourism for? I've been there, done that. Fuck off. Oh, I've got the red cosmic light on. It's just gone 12 o'clock in the morning. I've been like, I totally forgot like Brit was like working from home today, so I went downstairs. I just put on Red Dead Redemption. She's like, you put your computer on? I was like, yeah. She's like, I'm working. I'm like, bye. Get over here. You know, get another podcast out of the way. I'll take my dog out. There you can. I love that. In every movie, small town, people just sit on the bench and watch a world go by. Like, what's going on? Great change of character. Check out that fucking massive hat. I remember, I couldn't even tell you where it was unless I really thought about it. Isn't she in Saved by the Bell? I remember when I went to America in '91, the family we were in Florida, we're in the Florida area. For 1 week we were around like Disney World and all that. Then the second week we were travelled ages. I remember as a kid not really understanding why we drove loads inward. I couldn't even tell you where we stayed, but that I remember some kind of crazy ass fucking Texas bar, not Texas, but Southern America. Back to son-in-law on IMDb. As I say, it's been on the cards a while. It's because obviously we're having the poster, got the VHS. I can't see it getting a Blu-ray release. If it does, it'll be a slapback release. It's one of these ones. Did it come up as Touchdown? Hollywood Pictures. Yeah, Hollywood Pictures. I think you can still get this on DVD in the UK. Wow, he's dressed for success there. There you go, Tiffany Transit. Yeah, Tiffany's from Saved by the Bell. There we go. So yeah, at the end of the day, it was bigly cast, really well cast. The family's great. Paulie Shore is perfect. But even the little support bubbles outside, the bad ex-boyfriend, boyfriend, his mate, and then Tiffany there, it's really well done. On God, breadstick fight. Tattoo. Oh, this is fucking awkward. Fuck me, look at the size of that fucking deer at its roof. I mean, it'll be a bug. Awkwardness. Eat the air, eat the air, eat the air. But here comes the twist. She went away. She met a friend. They're just friends. There's a little chemistry there. It builds well, I think. And then this situation just sets them all upside down because this is where the twist is. She pushes him into the situation. And kind of he helps her, but he's there. I think it's great because he's there to help and stuff, you know what I mean, as a friend. That guy was pissed. But who would stand up and not even pre-warn a woman's face there was laughing at them? Who would stand up and do that though? Especially he's having an affair anyway. Tim Tell, stop there. But again, I love to Ski Patrol. This is only a couple of years after Ski Patrol. I am enjoying doing these solo ones. Again, we're in lockdown. It's kind of, it's content podcast. Dun, dun, dun. I really should. Just staring at the camera now, on the audio mic's looking at us. Should really set up the podcast so you can watch them rather than just comedy. Well, the idea was that the audio is the most important thing about it, and putting them out there because, if I'm watching something, I'm up and down, I'd be picking my nose, be turning my beard, I'd much watch on a long thing. Especially when I'm not looking at the camera. If I look at the camera, my hands will be going like this and all that with the things. Well, I'm just running. I like doing these podcasts. I appreciate it if you like them. I don't care if you don't like them. But there we go. But it's great to complete the wall. So if I'm going around the room, let's have a look. I'm going to sneeze in a second. Now bear with us. It's coming. God. Oh, there's a Subaru guy. Every time that Subaru guy goes past, I'm going to fucking mention it. Like, fuck me, man. So looking around my room, and we're talking about posters and shit for podcasts. So Son-in-Law is now a podcast, or we're recording it right now. Demolition Man, Pray the Roller Boys, Hard Rain, Trespass. They're the big posters across the top. Rambo 3 has not had a podcast yet. First Blood has. I don't know. Me and the guys said we would only do that. That Rambo 3 poster is an original poster, and it just looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Check out retro VHSs. So possibly Rambo 3, and I'll have to do First Blood Part 2 Rambo like. Then we've got Jaws. Jaws, I've done Jaws the Revenge. Don't know why we never did Jaws. Running Man's been done twice. Ski Patrol is now done. Rambo Last Blood, also we're going to have to do the Rambo trilogy. Rambo Last Blood's looking at us. Lost Boys of Tribe, that's done. The Burbs is done. Dog Soldiers, signed VHS there. See, the thing is, if we're going to do Dog Soldiers, I can't not just ask my cousin, you know, because he fucking made it. You know, that's to be the one. Everyone, oh, you did the podcast with Dog Soldiers, why didn't your cousin on it? I'm like, well, you know, he's got like 4 kids and at the moment, Corona. So hopefully he gets better soon. He's a nice guy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, he's amazing for having looking after 4 kids, man. Anyway, off that rant, I need to write that down. Off that rant, because I'll fucking steal that. I was going to make a show about that. And off that rant, because I always say it and I forget what I said. And off that rant. Meanwhile, it's all the downfall and breakdowns of friends. So again, looking around the room, there's no Pray the Roll Boys poster there. There's a tournament. Again, that's another one we could do. We'll get there eventually with tournament. Lost Boys the First has been done. The Birthday's been on the cards for a while. Event Horizon's been done. Cuffs would be a corker. And then the big fucking elephant in the room's Godzilla, fucking King of Monsters, which is fucking ridiculously massive behind us. So yeah. Sorry, pushing my coffee cup. See again, though, a little smart thing there though. The horse is back there, so is he fixing the horse for her? Possibly. I always thought the horse was dead and done. So Back to the Future podcast is nearly uploaded, and Back to the Future Part 2 is 40% rendered. So yeah, it's not a very long film. As I say, I went in there and I was just say, right, oh, it's 92 minutes, like, so we're going to smash through this. As I say, I was just going to pick something up and go for it, but one thing about these older films, you know, this has no extra features, it's got no commentary tracks or anything. So if film's got comedy tracks and all that, I try to absorb a lot more, because I like with these, it's my experience of the movie, and I've seen this movie loads of times, and I get a great lot of joy out of revisiting them and just ranting away about random shit. Now it is great to have the guys on. Shut up! Gets the boot in a bit, doesn't it? 5 o'clock wake up. So this is where it's like, welcome to the family, you're going to learn the ropes the hard way. 5 in the morning getting up. Honestly, I'm blowing those. Oh, the money's got his face printed on. Morning sunshine. And rising sign. And it just doesn't go to plan. And it's like a montage that he starts getting it all right. Get off me. I hate getting up on early shifts, like. But by the time you really wake up, your fucking shift's almost finished, like, but I mean, fucking hell, man, just fucking face dived into the fucking. That's kind of risky thing, like. Oh, I get to roll the blades. I'm fucking knacked. I've never been. Just say like, it's like the livestock. Like I would get too attached to animals. I always do. I just don't like any kind of animal cruelty whatsoever. I know I'll fucking eat loads of food. What's obviously animals, but that's you can't. It's all this. Oh. It's fun a day on the farm. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like I'm about to sneeze again. I don't want to. No sneeze. Doesn't he go forward through the fence? I fucking hate it round here, man. When you I was told about this. There's two ways to work, really. Two main work. I mean, if you really get stuck, there's a couple of side tracks you can do, but there's two main roads to work: a high and a low road. And like, I fucking shit you not. There's a school on the high road. The low road's the bus road. But like when you get to where I need to work, it's got no traffic light control, so it's a roundabout and it just backs up for fucking ages. You go the high road, you get stuck on a hill. But like, no matter which way you go, when there's traffic lights on one, right, they'll go like roadworks, right, for example, you'll go fuck. So you'll go the other way home, there'll be traffic lights. They always do it. They never put like, let's just put traffic lights on one side. Tractors, like you're getting to work in the morning, a tractor comes along the road, like on the road, like fuck off, I'm here. Like, and you just can't get by. There's not like any kind of passable thing. And it always goes a fucking nightmare. But they don't pull over. Like they do in New Zealand, it's a courtesy. Like if someone's up behind you, pull over when you can, let them pass, get on. You know what I mean? Don't let someone take a risk. And that's what they just don't do over here. Like, nah, I'm in front of you. It's like when you see someone driving 30 miles an hour in a 60 zone, and then they get to the 30 zone and just put the fucking foot down because it's safe. You know what I mean? It's got houses around it, it's got lights, it's not like countryside and like, and it's fucking mental. It's absolutely fucking mental when people do that, and it's frustrating. And people just, I think some people get a kick out of it, like, haha, you're not getting past this. I was like, we're driving yesterday, and like I had a 90-year-old gran in the back seat, right? I just took her for a vaccination jab, right? Brit was in the front. We were coming up this bit of like what we'll call a freeway, with like a dual carriageway over here, and like he went fucking zooming past us, and I went, "Where's he going?" And he just had to pull quickly in front of us. I was like, "You fucking idiot!" And he's like, "Oh, cheers, man!" I'm like, "Fuck you, you dickhead!" Like, at the end of the day, know the road. You couldn't get like you went to make a pass at us to get past us, then you couldn't go anywhere. You're just a fucking moron. It's like Jack's sister-in-law I went to school with, not mentioning him, but like she pulled out at us the other day. I was like, look at this. I mean, at the time, it was just, I didn't know who it was, but like, I said, look at this. They're driving along the middle of the road. There's cars on the left and the right. Like, so all the cars have got to literally drive through the middle of this road. And plus it's snowing, right? So literally, and it's deep snow. It's literally on a little, like, circumference. You know, you go to the left of the side, you're getting bowered in next to the curb, and you're fucking stuck, right? So you need to stick in the middle of the track, right? Fucking pulls out, not looking left, looked right. And then, like, sort of went, where am I going to go? Like, fucking reverse. And then she pulled herself into the curb and just fucking shouting at us. I'm like, you didn't look. Turn into a road. I've got right of way. Do you know what I mean? I am, like, 80% down the road. And then, like, I'm going past where you're going. I'm not turning in where you're going. You know what I mean? It was just like, for fuck's sake. So anyway, back to the film. Falling out there with the family. Again. It's a whole family ties, awkwardness, you know, he's making it awkward. I think that scene was carried really well there. Old school stubbornness, it's quite good. I like that. I mean, we just don't do it over here. Like, the houses aren't big enough, and it's not a traditional thing over here for like, for a house to be passed down through property, or like them to live and expand like these are. Like, the dad lives with there, they live with the dad. It's obviously been his house, passed down their house to the kids in the family. Like, it pass a heritage down, do you know what I mean? The family for years. Just don't do it over here. Like, fucking boof gone. I like it how he slowly wins everyone over. Well, I mean, he wins over the daughter early on, and then the rest of the family, and there's little pockets of stuff to set them up. And there's obviously cracks, not massive cracks, in the family, which again, he becomes the sort of glue and the bond. Oh, about nipples. He's got a cheeky little grin like. I wouldn't do that, like. Milk in a cat. Oh. So, yeah. I really need to blow my nose for this now. I need to blow my nose on. After me sneeze. I'm kind of room bound. That's where you gotta appreciate where milk comes from. You just go to the shop, there's 4 pints of milk. You know what I mean? I mean, not that anyone goes around pulling on obviously nipples anymore. They're all just jacked up to machines, aren't they? There you go, fixing the fence. Give a montage. This is where he writes his name at the grass. Well, rollerblades on, ski goggles on. I mean, you were just. They wouldn't get much there, like. He wouldn't get much for that. Oh, bot pig. It's going around as a bot pig. That's a game from school. And you're running around, catch the pig. Looks like you're botting it. Again, like. Fucking riding the pig. He's not impressed there, is he? Oh, got a nice little social distancing mask on there. And a nose peg. That's one of the things, the problem at the moment, like people going around and they're fucking wearing the fucking mask along the chin. Like, you do realise your nose and your mouth's connected, don't you? That's a great alternative there. Just walk up and go, give them fucking pegs. What do I want that for? Cover your fucking nose, mate. There you go, the combine harvester. Many of good films being chased. John Denver's about to play, getting chased in fucking cornfields with fucking combine harvesters. Stick the tape in. I mean, it is a bit ludicrous of what it is. Obviously they would have to secure the rights before they even fucking thought about this scene. Nice little scene. I mean, the end result is like you writing crawl in it, like, but I mean, imagine that though, that you bring a relative back there and actually, you know, you see him in a fucking combine harvester and you're like get him out of there. $250,000 for a combine harvester. I mean, that is generally like, I mean, it does look pretty dead and rotten, like, but I bet they would have to pay a bit for that. Right, I just want you to drive a combine harvester across your field. I suppose it's the same as when they do like science and stuff, and you buy them at crop fields. The corn movie's really good when they just build a massive crop circle, so. I mean, it doesn't look a fucking evil face there. It's not proper high corn, is it? It's an airplane going across. And then just great though that he sees the point of view and it says crawl. And that's, again, there's no CGI there. Someone would have had to proper plan that and do that. Got owned. Fucking toothbrush the wrong way around. Oh yeah, this is where he touches the mom. Again, he pulls that off quite well. Like he's I did a bit of a boo boo. This is when they're pushing the beds together as well. I mean, it's one thing to have separate beds, especially like, I mean, it's a common thing when people get older, like. But like, if you're pushing the beds together to have sex, you're not guaranteed to fall down between the beds, especially if you get down to the pump and grind. That awkward like trench in the middle. So it'll just be the one podcast today, I'll imagine. Probably have to go shopping at some point. Relax. This is totally unplanned podcast, really. Sex pest in the mum, no. For the greater good, though. She comes down there looking all like, ooh, ooh. Oh no, they come later on, don't they? Or line dancing as well. Again, that was had its massive craze, didn't it? Like, I would say maybe he's 95, 96, big craze then, wasn't it? Dun, dun, dun. I'm just gonna dazzle it up, get in the bin bag. And again, rocking band there. Good old barn dance, line dancing. Great dress. Someone tries to pick her up straight away. This guy here looks straight away. Yeah, that looks waiting by the door, waiting. Just waiting. Looks like it's rocking in there though. Oh, they're rocking it now. Oh, he gets up and sings, doesn't he? Here again, turncoat. There's a little drug coming here. He's gonna try and be the dick, be the nice guy, turn on him, drug him, set him up, spoil it. Again, this comes off slimy, but again, credit the acting really. That guy with the sex pest task behind them, Hamnick Boot Peak. God, it's a proper old, like, bloody hell, there's no one young there. I mean, it's probably been done on purpose, like, but... Let's see, there's a, need a fear of you? No! Let's set him up on this. But yeah, again, the guy is the big guy. He's not really got him on. Oh, it's just a laugh, and he gets fired as well. I understand if they were brothers or a bit similar age, but it's not, is it? It's God, they're not really clapping much in the background, are they? I'm just going for a pee. He's going down as up to sing. Comes up and just raps everyone. So what the fuck? Hi, buddy. Crusty. Pop those hips. It's a little bit social awkward, so they're all busting hips and all that. I don't know, argument on the stage, man. Starts busting it. You could probably, I mean, again, it's a feel-good movie and trim that out, like, but... I mean, look at the guy in the fucking banjo just fucking doing the whole fucking air guitar in it, man. A lot of people like that. And then a fucking crowd surf, man, it's like, come on. I mean, you've seen how all them people were at the front and all that, like, yeah. Oh yeah, he goes to crowd surf as well. I mean, he's probably some kind of famous musician, country musician. Old cliche of crowd surfing and there's no one there. Well, 96 on the upload, 80% on the render. So yeah, I would say 75% away from this movie. So yeah, bridges have been rebuilt with them. He starts pushing the beds together, doesn't he? It's one thing I noticed, like, on Justified recently and all that, the amount of, like, I know there's different laws in different states and all that, but like loads of people seem to drink drive. It's like, I'm zero tolerance. I will not even, like, have a can of beer and drive, which I probably legally can. I wouldn't do it. But everyone just say, oh yeah, go for a drink and drive. Headband. So there's a long last of that hairstyle though. Oh, sorry, went. He's never really grew it back. Little guy. What's the name? He tries to tell me, oh shit. Does he say oh shit? Oh shit. He wins everyone over eventually. farming a duck, isn't he? And he picks up a fucking log. What is he fucking in Twin Peaks now? There again, pushing the beds together. I mean, you just see how easy you've pushed their beds across there. You gang down the void of that bed. I love it how, like, as well, like, obviously they made some noise and all that, and they're all having a joke about it. It can be quite socially awkward with family with the sex and stuff. The size of that fucking kitchen, man, it's massive. He's got himself a Game Boy there. Bull! There we go, it's all good and down. Oh, making some bacon. Black coffee. Oh yeah, they have the argument going fishing, don't they? And again, like, it's going into like the granddad and the son have, you know, issues. He has the parent. Like, there's a parent issue from the grandson to him down to the kids as well. There's a relationship between the parents and stuff like that, and it addresses all them. You know what I mean? They're not like, you know, and I think that's what's really good about the movie. He comes in and he just sort of like fills the cracks. You know, it's a really strong foundation of a family, and again goes back to it being really well cast. But it addresses that. You know what I mean? Because like, Biodome's just fucking ludicrous. And if you look at California Man, I think it's grounded really well by Sean Astin and Brendan Fraser. I think Paulie comes across like quite wild, but this is his big movie, and I think it's really well been directed. I think it's been cast really well, and I think it addresses quite a lot of stuff. And I mean, even like, oh shit, son! Like fucking. I mean, I don't think this warrants being a 15. I think this really should be a 12. It was brought out any later, it would be a 12. But yeah. They're arguing about the whole fly technique and in the bucket. I could never get that technique. Couldn't do fishing. I went for a few times. My stepdad Morris is massive into fishing. He went fucking to Kenya to fish and stuff like that. They're big into the game fishing, like, but the whole getting the hooks out and stuff, and it's just not my cup of tea. Big thing though. I mean, there's a guy I know called Graham. I need to put the fish back. They spend money on these big, like, they were massive, like, ponds, not lakes, but the big ponds on greenery and all that, and they got like, you pay to go there and you can go and fish, and like, you're guaranteed to fucking get something, you know what I mean, because they put the fish in there. It's not like going to the river and like getting a natural fish like coming down the stream, you know. But yeah, it was like, I don't know, I don't think it was in any videos, but like, I was up there, the Derwent Reservoir, not long back. I wasn't filming anything, was I? I think I was just up there for the crack. And I want to say I was filming something. But there was this guy, like, fucking had a wetsuit up to his tits, and he was out there, and again, I was just like, this guy's got social distancing, right? I think I took a picture of it. And God, fucking heart attacks is just a scary thing, you know. Fucking, especially what's going on right now, it's fucking hard thing to think about, like a heart attack, doom, you done. It's like, fucking hell. Or like, you told you're gonna die in 6 months. I mean, I don't know what's fucking worse. Just trying to give him mouth to mouth resuscitation. What? He tried to kiss me. Pauly Shore's dead. It's got commentary on it, and he talks about how he wanted the drugs he buys to kill himself. He wanted it to be the two Coreys, and again, it's kind of like if you watch the two Coreys show, Pauly Shore pops up, not just hanging around, as a friend thing, but like I put pussycat there in the bush, but the idea of in the movie he wanted that Corey Feldman buy these drugs in the back street, and Feldman wasn't exactly hyped on the idea because he had said, like, you know what I mean, he's clean free and people have always get him and Corey mixed up, and they couldn't find Corey him because he was off his tits somewhere, so Corey still, as like professional as he was, still did the part. So again, he looks back at it as like, oh right, okay, but like Paulie was like, yeah, it was meant to be the two Coreys and we couldn't find Corey him anywhere, and it's just like, Jesus, this fucking room, man. But it's not a bedroom, it's sort of like a hidey hut. I mean, it's one thing to give it up to a kid, like, but I'll be like, that's my room. Like, you go up there, shut the door, no one going up there. Everyone can see you. Well, believe it or not, the render is going to outdo the fucking podcast uploading. So, Back to the Future Part 2 is it officially 90, going to 97, it's going to be 98. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Dun, 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 dun. 98%, and the upload's at 98%, so literally one's going to finish by the time this one transfers, that'll be getting uploaded. It's fucking mint. Like, that is an amazing farm. There you go. Where's the wisdom? But laying the seed, driving the nail on the coffin. Oh, the fucking turkey thing. Oh, that's it, he screams at her death, doesn't he? Again, it's the whole eat or be eaten kind of thing in there, but it's sad in a way, isn't it? Yeah. Fucking have you. There you go, he starts fucking screaming. I just passed out, fainted. Yeah, there's not much left of this movie. Hope it's alive. Again, like, there you go. Get the setup, get it ready, get the actors in, and just say, look, there's going to be a fucking wild turkey going loose in the fucking there, and just see how it goes. So yeah, it's a stag do that doesn't go to plan here. God, I miss a pint, like. Never fucking put coins in my mouth. I remember catching up with Barney one day. I was like, what's wrong with you? I've got such a bad belly. I was like, why? I don't know. Was it 10 pence he swallowed as a joke? I'm like, who swallows money? Like, if I had swallowed some money, I would be freaking out for days. It took days for it to pass. And then how would you know you pass? You gotta put a net. You gotta put like a funnel, not a funnel, like a net, in your toilet. And you said no poop, like that. Right. Dun dun. Oh, he wants to dance and the karaoke. Karaoke is still a big thing, like. Miller time. Oh. There you go. It's all a ruse, all awry. Did I finish? No, oh fuck now. So I'm just done with my back up here in the background now. As you can probably hear the computer bouncing around some stroke keys. She just, yeah, it's wild. Yeah. Again, like a lot of actors who would be big on TV would get a role in a movie, small or big, they would get a good paycheck and obviously bear a little bit more flesh. And I think the most notorious one's that the girl went to Showgirls, isn't it? He's passed out. She comes full circle, and I like how the family like looks past it as well as a family and goes, right, hang on a minute, like it wasn't her fault and nothing happened, and oh, the poor turkey has met its demise. By this point though, she's really fallen from me even though nothing's really happened. Sexy in the barn. It's done quite well. Zooms right in. Did we? Awkward nights like that. There you go, Mel Gibson's back. She's fucking having it. Everything's getting smashed up here. She's pissed. The other one I was going to do today would be Bravestar. That might have happened. Have that book. Little montage there, like Mel Gibson's just a random little cameo. Again, it's a very grounded, believable situation. I mean, it's a well-foiled plan. It was set up quite nicely. It comes back at Bush, and I still think they're well carried. She's got that glare in his eyes, and he's literally looked like, I really don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. And when you get that blind drunk, I mean, the thing is with stuff like that, when you go out with your friends like that, if someone really gets that drunk, if you're really good friends, you've got to make sure that they get home. And there's been nights like that when it's happened, you know. not to leave somebody somewhere. But like, if you're out and you know your limits and you're done, you know what I mean? I mean, hell, you're driving there. I wouldn't be fucking driving after waiting up the bar, not knowing where the fuck I was. I'd be like, I'm not driving for fucking ages. I'm not fit enough to drive. You know, she definitely hasn't brushed her teeth. But it wraps up quite quickly. I mean, that chair there, that's a little subtle move. He lays it on thick, that's just a bit of a tart. A proper prick he is, like. Where's my sheet of paper? Weasley's plans in. I mean, what's that to say about the girl, Becca? You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's kicked Crawl out just cause cheating. She's going to get back with him, family dinner. I mean, how awkward would that family meal be? Oh. Even him? Megadeth. I'm guessing he, like, I want to have a look at his IMDb. I didn't have a look before, like, I think he's class, like. Patrick Renner. So he's actually 4 years older than me. He's been in 50 movies, which is a surprise actually. So going all the way back down to his career, Salute Your Short, Sandlot Kids, Son-in-Law, so a really big year from Getting By. He was in one episode of that. Summertime Switch, he was in that. Beanstalk, The Big Green, obviously he's iconic for being on the front cover as a football keeper. Blue River, Zoltan. Boy Meets World, one episode. Home Improvements, one episode. Sometimes They Come Back Again, which horror movie from '96. Unknown Address. Born Bad, which I've just recently acquired. Johnny Mistral. The X-Files, one episode. Fallen Skies. Punks. Speedway Junkie. The Secret Life of Girls. ER. The Contract. 99. Poor White Trash. Very Mean Men. Ricky Six. Boys Club. The Chronicle. Judge and Amy. Risks. I mean, he's worked. Dom Days. Golf Cart Game Box. Closer. Dark Ride. Mothers and Daughters. Boston Legal. He's a voice in Spider-Man 3 the video game. So he's continued to work, but he just hasn't had a massive hit. He has appeared in Glow as Cupcake, and that was the last thing he was credited on. And Larvalantula, he's in that as well as Chris, but yeah, he just never really had anything major. I mean, you would think he would be in an American Pie. He'd be a great addition to the American Pie cast because of the right age. I would definitely pay to meet Patrick Renner, like, I would get him to sign this. But like, again, like, his age at this, at 93, he would have been 14. Like, yeah, you probably wouldn't remember this. It'd still have been a bit hazy. There you go, the plot thickens. Guy thought he just had it there. Dun dun dun. Plot thickens. Again, it's like, you know, it's a confession there, and it's a family's forgiveness. Again, it's just the guy's mom, it's just a laugh. It's just, oh yeah, it's just a laugh. Oh hell, it was just a laugh. That's just a joke. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Oh, born. You guys didn't born. Like, oh yeah. Well, off that rant. Huh? Gutted. He's absolutely gutted. And that's it. It's all over and done. Ooh! I mean... elbow to the heart. Again. Of course you're going to get fired over that. This bit here though, it's quite good. You know, it's just fair to keep her there. She didn't do anything wrong. That's her fair play. It's a nice family movie. I mean, again, it doesn't it warrants being a 12. I mean, him just bouncing the chair as well. It's funny. Paul Ray, what's he up to? Oh, he's on about fucking 720p and stuff. What is Paul Ray up to this morning? Yeah, it's all about the Dawn of the Dead on my movie group. And then the boot, it gets the boot finally, doesn't it? Yep. And then he ends up being on the family photo, and they finally get a nice family photo. Again, looking how dysfunction it was in the original, but then the end and it crawls up. Yeah, revisiting that, it's great. I think it's really got a nice, it's got a heart of gold behind it. I think it's well cast. It's a perfect cast and nice little fades to black after the cast credits. So how many weasels out of 10? Out of 5. Out of 5. For its nostalgia to me, I'm going to say it's about 6. I would say 6 weasels out of 10. Well, I'm looking back on it, again, it's a well cast movie that's driven on Pauly Shore's popularity. It's Pauly Shore at his, you know, his breaking point, and this is his big solo movie, you know, name checked across the top, because like Encino Man didn't have his name on it. This is like Pauly Shore's that, and again, breaking across the border. It went internationally because I seen this when it first came out. It's not something I discovered later on. I think everyone's well cast. It's not a 15, it's more of a 12. It's got some really funny bits there and Sign of the Times. It's aged well, you know. It doesn't rely on any kind of technology that has like the phones and stuff like that. And like the stories about family, you know, he comes in there and this, as I said, it's a really strong foundation of a family. There's cracks, and he sort of like becomes the polyfiller of it as well. And so again, it's well done up. There are some really funny bits. It's not a laugh out loud stoner comedy. It's just well played. So yeah, I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. I will fast forward. There'll be nothing at the end unless Brendan Fraser wants to reappear again. I would like to revisit Biodome along with Paul Ray, because Paul Ray did mention it and we just never got around to it. It is Hollywood Pictures. From the last time I knew as well, it was still available. Menu screen, as it comes back, it's very blurred. It's just a picture of them looking at each other, I think, when they're getting dressed up. But for now, I've been Steve Monkey Mason. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Goodbye for now.